Hey guys, it's Sawasan, and welcome back to my channel. I'm really sorry for being gone for so long. I was really busy, and Love Nikki just had event after event after event, and it just got really hectic, so I'm very sorry about that. But today what I wanted to talk about is our new event suits in Love Nikki. So first we're gonna start with Morrow Travel Song, and we're gonna just look at the normal pose first. So, starting with the hair is not really amazing to me. It's okay. It's kind of pretty, but there's really not much to it. It's got this weird, like, swirly tail thing at the end. It's alright, but it's definitely not my style. And then we've got this puffy jacket, which is kind of cute. It almost reminds me of, like, Doki Doki Literature Club, just ever so slightly. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what people might make with this. But, yeah, it's pretty alright. And then there's the skirt, which is not really that great in my opinion. It's just not very pretty, there's not much to it, not a lot of detail. It's just a really boring skirt in my opinion. And then there's the socks, which again, there's not really a lot to them, but I will note that the coloring and shading are fairly nice. I like how they look like expensive quality, so that's really good. And then moving on to the shoes, they're like these little tassel shoes, which I'm not a big fan of tassel shoes like these, but I think some people might really enjoy them. Next up is this hat, and this is probably one of the better items from the suit in my opinion. It's a really pretty hat that has some nice detail to it and some good shading and colors, so I think that a lot of people will enjoy getting this hat. And then next up is Silk Flower, which is this fairly pretty hairpin. It's pretty alright. I think it's kind of gorgeous and looks like it's of really nice quality. And then there's these earrings, which it's much easier to see them on the Nikki herself, and they're fine. I mean, they're just kind of normal earrings. There's not really much to them, in my opinion. And then there's this amazing luggage bag with this gorgeous umbrella, and I really think this is probably one of the best parts from this. It's probably the one part that you're going to want to get, even if you're not gonna finish the entire suit. It's a really nice piece of luggage, I guess. And then there's this pretty scarf, and I think this is, again, one of the nicer items of the suit. It's very luxurious and silky and looks very nice. And then there's this hip item, kind of, I guess that's what I'm gonna call it. I guess it's more of like a waist item, and it's like right there on her, and I think it's okay. It's a little bit weird. It's just like a ruffly piece. I guess it's like a rose or something. And it looks fine, but I really don't know how you're gonna use it for too many suits. I don't think it's that versatile. There's this brooch item, which kind of just goes right there on her dress at the top, and I think it's fine. There's really not much to it. Again, this suit is kind of boring in my opinion, like all in all, so obviously I'm not really gonna have much good to say about it. Then we have these gloves, and I think that they're kind of pretty. They're a little bit weird with some of the ruffles going on. I don't know, I feel like this could be used more than some of the other items, but it's still not one of my favorites. And then finally, the best item, the makeup, and it's a very pretty makeup. It's a very nice smile and very like watery eyes that look very cute. I think that a lot of people are going to be wanting this item. Now finally we're going to move on to the special pose, which is super amazing. It's very nice. It's kind of a bit of a drag that the regular pose couldn't be this pretty. But yeah, so this is a very nice pose. She's holding her hat and looks like it's a really windy day. It's very luxurious, very gorgeous, so pretty, and it's kind of a drag that the normal pose doesn't live up to this. And then there's the hat, which changes ever so slightly, but honestly, I didn't even really notice. So again, same as what I said earlier. And then last but certainly not least is this amazing background that makes it look like you're in an old-timey photo, and it's really amazing. I think that it was a very smart idea for Love Nikki to do this. I think it's going to be amazingly versatile, and a lot of people are going to want it. The only problem is it is a completion prize, so the only way you can get it is if you complete the entirety of the suit. Now moving on to Sunset Butterfly, which in my opinion is the prettier of the two, but we're gonna start out with the normal pose, of course, and start with this hair. This hair is very pretty. I like the bun at the end. It's a little bit weird that one side of the hair is a little bit longer. It kind of throws it off ever so slightly, but it's not that bad. I think that the strands hanging down just look a little bit awkward though. And then there's this absolutely stunning, gorgeous dress that has these hanging pieces that are just amazing. I love the fabric of it and the color choices. It just overall looks like a very high quality piece. And then there's these butterfly shoes, which are again very pretty and fit right to the theme, and I think that they look fairly high quality, and I really like the little butterfly parts of it. And then there's this beautiful old-timey microphone, which has some butterfly wings and what looks to be a winter berry of some sort. And I think that it's very pretty overall. I think it's beautiful and that a lot of people are going to like this item. It's kind of festive too. And then there's this hat, which I really don't care for at all. I really don't like hats like this with the wire hanging down that it looks like they're mourning something. It just looks like, I don't know, they've gone to a funeral or something. It's not that pretty in my opinion. And the wiring just looks like trash, honestly. Like, they could have done such a better job with this piece. I'm kind of disappointed. Then moving on to this hair accessory that's very beautiful, and I really like the wings coming off of it and the little flowers, and I think that it's a very cute accent. Moving on, there's this brooch, and I think that it's alright. It's got some pretty interesting details. I'm not really one to like brooches or whatever. They're like okay. I don't really care that much about them though, but I think that it does add a little bit to this dress, which is nice. And then there's the necklace, which has some very interesting beads. Like, I think that it's a interesting necklace. I don't really love it though. It's kind of iffy for me. I think it's because the sequencing that they used for the beads is just so uneven and kind of off. Like, you'd think that it'd be like black and white, but it's just kind of all over the place. I don't know. It kind of looks like a 5-year-old was just kind of stringing beads and was like, here you go, this is your necklace. And I think that it could have been made a little bit more professionally. And then there's this little handheld item, which is kind of pretty for how small it is. It has some nice details to it, and I think that it's a little bit luxurious too. So I think a lot of people will like this for their upper class Nickies. And then there's these absolutely stunning gloves, and they have nail polish as well, and this isn't even a special pose. I really like it whenever there's nail polish because I think that that's a really cool added bonus and something really interesting. In fact, I think it'd be really cool if we actually just had a separate category and it was nail polish itself, but I'm not really sure if the developers would ever be interested in doing something like that. Overall, though, these are some very fancy gloves, and I really like them. It's a very beautiful pattern. Next up, we have this interesting, like, wing item. It's probably a tail, because knowing Love Nikki, that's just kind of how they do things, but it's a very beautiful piece, and I think it really adds a lot to the dress if you look here. I think that it definitely keeps that theme of a butterfly, and is super gorgeous. It's absolutely stunning. And then we have this absolutely beautiful tattoo that has roses. It's a little ankle or leg tattoo, and it is very pretty. I love roses, and so rose tattoos are just definitely my thing, so I decided to go ahead and get this item. It's very beautiful, very pretty, and also a little mature, and kind of sexy too, so I mean, I guess they tagged it appropriately. It's very beautiful. And then we have this stunning makeup with, again, the watery eyes, and I think it's very beautiful. It's pretty stunning. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say about that. Now moving on to the amazing special pose. Like, again, I'm really disappointed that the normal pose can't really live up to the special pose as much, but I feel like this dress is a little bit better in the normal pose than with the other dress. So with this special pose, there is a lot of items. So we're going to start with the dress itself, and it's all in one, but it is absolutely stunning. These wings are in full view, and they look ginormous and just absolutely beautiful. She looks very elegant in this pose, and she's actually sitting at a little stool with a little table there, and it's very pretty. Then there's Light Accompany, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I love these little lights stringing down from the ceiling. It's another one of those really nice ceiling items that's absolutely gorgeous. And then there's Heart Stealing Moment, which is basically the same exact thing as the other microphone, but it is just tilted so that it can be tilted up onto this table. So there's really not much to it, but now you can have two microphones, which is pretty cool. Then of course there's this chair, and you can't really see it with her sitting on it, but it has so much detail. It's gotten this nice lace, and then the pattern of the actual seat part itself is very pretty. I think it's very beautiful. And then there's this table that is very gorgeous. I love the flowers at the base, and then looks like there's some stuff on the table itself. I think it's very pretty, and I also like just how she's propped up onto it, which I think is very beautiful. It's very stylistic and artistic. Now, I know some of you guys were probably wondering where I've been this entire time, and kind of wondering, you know, when I was going to release my feelings on some of our events that were happening earlier. So I'm just going to give you the quick rundown, and that's that I absolutely love this recharge. It's stunning all the way through, and Evernight is Evernight. I mean, there's some beautiful dresses, but I mean, it's not like my favorite Hell event, but there are some very beautiful dresses in there. So that's gonna be all for today, and a huge thank you to my friends for helping me out with this video, and I'm really sorry again for not posting so much, but I will definitely be trying to post more in the future with our new recharges and our returning recharges. So thank you very much, and I'll see you guys shortly.